You got to think 3 steps ahead. The future of the Giants is in a college dorm room getting head right now. I'm just letting you know that. Whether it's Cam Ward or Shador Sanders, they getting guac hot 2 or 3,000 in a dorm room as we speak. That's the future of the Giants. All right, look. You know, the most important thing that the Giants must do is secure a top 3 pick. Preferably top 2. All right, preferably top 2. But the number one goal, the objective, is making sure we lock down Shador or Cam Ward. That is priority number 1. So as we bench Daniel Jones and close the book, roll the credits on the Jones era, the last month and a half of the season needs to be nothing but losing. We don't need to win another game. The Giants have no business winning another football game. Which leads me to, who are we going to start? Mr. Cutlets or Drew Lock? Now, I want to look at the schedule, okay? Let's really look at the schedule real quick. So we got coming up on the schedule. This team is sorry. So we're home for Tampa out of the bye. That's a loss. I don't care who we put at quarterback. That's a loss. At Dallas, that's a loss. Home for the Saints, that's a loss. Home for the Ravens, that's a loss. At the Falcons, that's a loss. Home for the Colts is where it gets tricky. Home for the Colts is where it gets tricky, but at the end of the day, the Giants can't stop the run. Despite having Dexter Lawrence, Bobby Okereke, Tyler Newman, we got studs at all 3 levels of the defense. We still can't stop the run. So Jonathan Taylor should really dominate us that game. So hopefully we'll lose that game. And then we're at Philly the last game of the season. That's a blowout. So Derek Carr, that's a possible win because Derek Carr is still Derek Carr. And at any moment he can revert back to being Derek Carr and lose a game. Derek Carr just lost to the Panthers. So to think the Giants couldn't upset Derek Carr, whatever. The Colts, the Saints, that's the 2 games that we can win. We're not winning at Dallas. Dallas, I don't care how bad Dallas looks, we ain't beating Dallas. We're just not gonna beat Dallas. I don't care how bad they look, we're not beating Dallas. So I said all that to say this. It really doesn't matter who you start at quarterback, whether it's Devito or Locke. It doesn't matter who the Giants put at quarterback. Outside of an upset win versus the Saints or the Colts, we're not winning another game. At best, we go 3-14. That should still keep us in the top 3. Because with Tennessee might not win another game. The Panthers, they're not, whatever. So I'm really just sitting here thinking the Patriots aren't going to take a quarterback. The Jaguars aren't going to take a quarterback. The Raiders, they want Shador Sanders, but I think the Raiders will finish with a better record than us. So when you think about who the Giants should start at quarterback going forward, Locke or DeVito, I say this. The Giants need a veteran quarterback. So there's been a lot of rumors that the Giants are going to draft a quarterback and sign a veteran quarterback going into next season. I think we should start Devito. I don't think Devito's good enough to beat the... If Devito's good enough to go on a win streak versus teams like the Ravens, the Eagles, the Falcons, like the Giants got goons on their schedule. I just read you this game. If Devito was good enough to win those games, then he should be the veteran next season. So what I'm trying to say is Drew Lock is not good. We know what Drew Lock is. Devito earned the right last season. Devito earned the right to play this season. So what I'm trying to say is we can save cap space if Devito's good enough to be the veteran quarterback on the roster going into next season. Y'all get where I'm going with this? Normally, I would say keep Devito away from the team because he might win football games. But I think our schedule is hard enough to the point where we won't win games. And on top of that, Giants fans, now that Shane and Dable know they're coming back, I don't think Dable will allow this team to win games. Dable will go for 2. He'll call flea frickers on 3rd and 1. Dable will find a way to sabotage this game. You can't tell me him going for 2 points versus the Steelers versus Washington. You can't tell me them ain't self-sabotaging plays. I'm sorry. You can't tell me that. So, I say we start Devito. And if Devito plays well down the stretch, let him be the veteran quarterback on the roster going in the next season and let him start the first game or 2 of the season and then put in Shedeur Sanders or Cam Ward. Why go out and sign Sam Darnold? For what? Why do we want to go out there and sign Jameis Winston, Sam Darnold, Joe Flacco? For what? If Devito was halfway decent, let him earn next year's roster spot the last 2 months of this season. You got to think 3 steps ahead. The future of the Giants is in a college dorm room getting head right now. I'm just letting you know that. Whether it's Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders, they getting guac hot 2 or 3,000 in a dorm room as we speak. That's the future of the Giants. So let Tommy DeVito prove to you he could be the future veteran / backup replacement quarterback of the Giants. Start DeVito. Let's get the cutlets going. Let's sell some tickets. John Mary, he got a business to run. Let's sell some tickets and have a good time the last month and a half of the season. That's how Big Fist is looking at the situation. Drew Lock has no business playing quarterback for the Giants. We're not bringing him back next year, and we know he stinks. Drew Lock stinks. Okay, he stinks. So let's just roll out Devito Mania. Let's see what we have in Devito. And if he's good, bring him back next year. Let him be the veteran going into camp. And if he stinks, drop him like a bad habit. Plain and simple. But there's no situation in which the Giants should be starting Drew Lock down the stretch. For what? Like, as a content creator who makes Giants videos, at least DeVito gives me something to talk about. If you're John Mayer and you want to sell tickets, at least DeVito gives you an opportunity to make money. What the hell are you doing starting Drew Lock? At least the Giants can sell tickets if you start DeVito. If you start Drew Lock, every home game might as well be a road game the rest of the season. Am I right or wrong? So, I want to see DeVito, man. Let's see year 2 DeVito. Let's see what we got. But I ain't got nothing else to say, fellas. That's it. That's all. Hit that like button. Hit the sub button. Drop FUs in the comments if you rockin' with me. And stay vicious. Dismiss.